You gotta let that go. You only live one thing I can't forget is my scar life. Hey, Granny say let go, it's gonna be alright. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Granny say just let it go, it's gonna be alright. If I gotta fight for your Lord, then I'm gonna start trying. Till they lost his life in seconds, she had more time. Wonder if it's heaven for a G whenever does die. Free my niggas out the gate, let's cut the ball wide. I'm living life in a loop, I'm stuck in hard time. Live by the gun, die by the gun, that shit my core run. My core run, eh. Bullshit doing time, he wait on his appeal. Lil Stank still doing time, he wait on his appeal. Tell Zay they doing time, they just got 20 years. Wish I could free them, but I can't, so that's a hard pill to swallow. Demons on my back, won't cut no slack, so I ride with hollow. There's so much dirt in my past, some shit only me and God knows. If I catch a case today, I pray I beat that bitch like Harpo. You won't get nothing but fair time when you trapping like the narco. I got demons on my back, sometimes it's hard for me to sleep, cause I done spent on niggas more than DJs spinning me. Real Lynn, you're not on, running through every
morning,
artery.
Facebook.
4-3. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Granny say just let it go, it's gonna be alright. If I gotta fight for your Lord, then I'm gonna start trying. Till they lost his life in seconds, she had more time. Wonder if it's heaven for a G whenever does die. Free my niggas out the gate, let's cut the ball wide. I'm living life in a loop, I'm stuck in hard time. Live by the gun, die by the gun, that shit my core run. My core run, eh. Bullshit doing time, he wait on his appeal. Lil Stank still doing time, he wait on his appeal. Say they doing time, they just got 20 years. Wish I could free them, but I can't, so that's a hard pill to swallow.
What's up, everybody? We just waiting on everybody to check in.
One thing I can't forget is my scar life.
I got Make No Difference on the back line,
Granny say let
ready
go,
to pull her
it's
in so we can
alright.
have this conversation. Of course, I had to rock that Alabama hat. Stupid play at the end, but whatever.
Say you can't hold on to that hurt, baby boy. You gotta let that go.
We just waiting on the viewers to check in.
You only live one thing I can't forget is my scar life. Hey,
We got our
Granny
own
say let go,
version
it's
of
gonna be
surviving.
alright.
The pastor. Out of all things, we got to survive
One
a
thing I
pastor
can't
in the
forget is my
village.
scar life. Granny say just let it go, it's gonna be alright. If I gotta fight for your Lord, then I'm gonna start trying. Till they lost his life in seconds,
We just waiting for everybody to jump on.
Heaven for a G
Game over. It's still Roll Tide.
Let's cut the ball wide. I'm living life in
Still Roll Tide.
hard time. Live by the gun, die by the gun, that shit my core run. My core run.
Everybody check in. Big conversation tonight. Big conversation tonight. Tonight, we're having a big conversation tonight.
Wish I could free them, but I can't, so that's a hard pill to swallow. It's on my back,
Credit
won't cut no
to-
stress, so I ride with hollow. There's so much dirt in my past, some shit only me and God knows. If I catch a case today, I pray I beat
To
that
the
bitch
music.
like Harpo. You won't get nothing but fair time when you trapping like the narco. I got demons on my back, sometimes it's hard for me to sleep, cause I done spent on niggas more than DJs spinning me. Real Lynn, you're not on, running through every artery. 4-3. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Granny say just let it go, it's gonna be
We're just waiting for the
alright.
viewers to pack up.
Fight for your Lord, and I'm gonna start trying. Till they lost his life in seconds, she had more time. Wonder if it's heaven for a G whenever does die. Free my niggas out the gate, let's cut the ball wide.
Dublave Coffee Talk.
In a loop, I'm stuck in hard time.
Y'all live with
Dublave.
Dublave.
That shit my core run. My core run. Bullshit doing time, he wait on his appeal. Lil Stank still doing time, he wait on his
Y'all
appeal.
check in.
Everybody
Everybody check in.
They got 20 years. Wish I could free them, but I can't, so that's a hard pill to swallow. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Hey, Granny say let go, it's gonna be alright.
Y'all don't forget to share the video. Go ahead and share it. All right, so everybody knows how I get down. It's all about the village. I figured myself as the village mayor. There's I call it the African American community is what I call the village. And what I like to do is hold people accountable. And a lot of times, if you check my Facebook page, there's a lot of holding. I hold everybody accountable, but I kind of focus on the women because the women are the heartbeat and the soul of the African American village. We're our own village. But anytime somebody comes through and they're being detrimental to the village is when I have a problem. I have an issue. So I saw an issue earlier and someone sent me information through my DMs about what was actually happening because myself as the village mayor. So I reached out to the young lady and I'm like, and we're gonna AKA Lynn, but on Facebook, she has a different name. But I wanted to have this conversation so I can kind of open up dialogue on how what I call hyenas who are detrimental to the village are destroying our village. I don't really know. I can't really say what is and what ain't. So when I reached out to her, I'm like, hey, look, let's talk about it. Let's get your story so we can have a clear picture of what's really happening instead of people assuming what happened or there's a lot of rumors and whatever because the screenshots, baby, those screenshots were everything. So I reached out to Lynn. Lynn said, you know what, let's do it. And I thank her, I applaud her, and I appreciate her for coming forward to tell her side of the story. So I'm about to bring Lynn onto the platform so we can kind of discuss and see what actually happened. They try to mute her and shut her voice down, and I just want to give her a voice because, like I say, our women are the heart and the soul. So I want to give her a chance to speak instead of everybody assuming, so they can kind of really understand what's really happening that's going on in the village. So this is surviving Pastor Davis. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but we're going to discuss it. So I'm about to bring Lynn on, and we're going to have this conversation. So give me one moment.
Hello.
Everybody give a round of applause.
Hey.
Where you at? There. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There she go.
Hey.
Hey girl, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. So I was disturbed. Because I don't really go through too many Facebook posts because when I hop on Facebook, it's all about what I have to say because everybody else be kind of like talking crazy, but I be on some real stuff because I care for the village, right? I care for our women, our men, our children, the elderly, whatever. And then something struck my heart because it said pastor. And when it said pastor, what I did was I understood the leadership of what one should be. And what I read was not what I figured a spiritual leader should be. This should be a spiritual father. So I kind of want to, first of all, I want to ask, how old are you?
I'm 33.
33. You young.
Thank you.
You young. So
Thank you.
just to get it started, excuse me, I'm going to be drinking coffee this entire broadcast because that's just how I get down. Just to get it started,
Okay.
I want to kind of ask a few questions. We're just going to have an intimate conversation, just me and you. I really don't care what the I'm not even looking at what the comments are. This is just me and you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I read the post and I was alarmed. But my biggest question when I read the post is what I want to ask you.
Okay.
Like, where did this all start?
Um, it all started. You said where, like as in where?
Where and when did
Okay.
you meet
It all started
Pastor at the beginning?
last year. I went through a trauma situation where I was living. I was trying to find me somewhere else to go. I worked with his wife, really
Mm.
close. Um,
So just a clarification, is he married or
yes,
engaged?
he is married. He's
Okay.
married.
Okay.
Okay, so I worked with his wife. To make a long story short, my daughter was having problems in school. Where we were staying at, it was basically like I didn't have to leave, but it was a lot of from the trauma that I went through, a lot of depression for me and my daughter. So the wife told me that I could let my daughter go to school with them and stay down there. Then she eventually told me that I could come stay there. Um,
Hey,
I
where?
in their home.
Okay. Okay.
So I moved in their home. Everything was going good. It was dad, mom, dad. Um, I was approached on many levels, but I kind of like brushed it off. Um, but then it was like
So
if
bring it back.
okay,
What do you mean approached on many levels?
him coming on to me.
Okay. What was that like?
It was just like in the beginning, it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna brush it off. But then, more of you coming on to me is like, okay, this is the pastor. I'm staying here. If I say something to someone, they're not gonna believe me. Because of his title. And then it got to the point where I was like, I have to do this to have a roof over my daughter's head.
Right.
And that's a lot that people don't understand because I really was in my most vulnerable stage in life where I felt like I had to do not only with him or them, with anybody. I just felt like, I'm at this point in my life where everything seemed like it was going bad. So I felt like I had to do it. And as a mother, if he's coming on to me and I'm staying with there, I feel like I had to do it because if I don't do it, then I'm gonna get put out.
So let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
What do you mean by come on? Like describe that.
It was more like I gotta watch you. You keep leaving to go to Opelika. You going up there. You must be. And the description was like that. So I was like, okay. I brushed it off. One day we was going to church. I was sitting in the car. He was on the phone with one of his friends. And it was more like, I thank God for delivering me from my whorish ways. But at the same time, you're looking at me. So I did approach him and I told him, I was like, you're really crazy. The things that you're saying, to me
Mhm.
or whatever. And after I approached him, it was more like, you're not about their life. You're not about their life. And like I said before, it was mainly, I felt like I had to. He's the pastor. Ain't no me. Or I had to because my daughter, I needed someone for my daughter to stay. So one thing led to another. That
So
same,
one moment.
okay.
So you moved in.
hmm
Like how long was
About
it
a month
after
after I moved in.
he made his first advance or just like a flirtatious comment?
I mean, the comments, the flirtations, and the sex all happened like in 2 days after that month that I moved in.
Did you attend the church?
I did.
How long were you at the church before the pastor wife invited you to move in? And
Not
how
long. I not long. I had just started going to their church when I like right before I moved in. I had just started going to their church
where are
because
you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Tuskegee.
So did you move to Opelika or were you still in
Well,
Tuskegee?
no, I was staying in Opelika. I'm from Tuskegee, but I was staying in Opelika. So I
Mm.
moved from Opelika to with them.
So you left Tuskegee and moved to Opelika with the pastor's wife.
No, I had my own place in Opelika. I'm from
Mhm.
Tuskegee, but I was living
Okay.
in Opelika. So I left Opelika and moved with the pastor and his wife.
Okay. So within a day or two, well, within a couple of days of you moving into the home,
Hmm.
the pastor made advances, correct?
No, I moved in the home, and maybe, like I said, maybe about a month after I moved in.
Okay.
Right.
So there had to be interest on your end, or did you feel like when the pastor made an advance, was it more survival mode, or you also had an interest in the pastor?
It was no, I did not have an interest. No, it was more like I didn't have an interest. Like I said, I felt like I had to do it because he was the pastor and he came on to me. And if I said something, wasn't nobody gonna believe me? Or if I said something, my daughter, me, I'm at this point, I'm going like, okay, I'm thinking about my child. My child gonna get put
Mhm.
out without nowhere else for us to go at the time if I didn't do it.
So at what point, because I've been through your page,
Hmm.
I've read all the screenshots. At what point did you conform or gain interest? Because I can see where
Well,
there was.
I did maybe like after that month, after we started messing around, I was telling him honestly that I didn't want to get feelings involved. I was constantly telling him I didn't want to get feelings involved. So maybe about that month and a half, like maybe a half a month after we started having sex, I did catch feelings for him. I'm not gonna tell you no. I mean, the things that he was telling me, I love you. Like it's just a lot. I'm gonna be here for you. If nobody else is here, I'm here. I'm always gonna be here. Like. And then I was getting this story about. I mean, him and his wife was arguing a lot and stuff. And he was telling me, "Oh well, I'm about to leave her. You'll be able to stay here." It's just a lot of stuff. And at the moment, I'm like, okay, well, now my feelings are involved. Before my feelings got involved, I tried to go to his wife and talk to her.
So what did you say to his wife?
Well, she had someone else staying there with her, and the other girl basically was like making her feel like I wasn't anything. So she started turning on me for some reason because of the other girl. Like the things that me and her used to do, like go out to eat and all that stuff. The other girl basically came in the home, like, well, like I was a bad person or something like that. So she started leaning to the other girl. So when I tried to tell her, she didn't want to hear it. She just kept saying, "We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna let you talk. We're gonna talk." But I never got the opportunity to talk to her.
Still until this day?
Still until this day, just last week, I texted her and asked her, "Can she give me 5 minutes of her time?" Before this,
Mhm.
I was asking her. I have been asking her because I don't feel good about it. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I was wrong. As a woman, I was wrong. And I take full credibility for that. I was wrong. But it was like I tried to talk to you multiple times, and then I started getting the bash from her, I don't care, this, and then I end up they end up putting me out the house. And he put me out the house 20 minutes after he had sex with me.
Mm.
And that would hurt me for real. You put me out to nothing. I didn't have anything. I had nowhere to go. Y'all talked me to moving out of my apartment to help me better my life with me and my child. For me to stay there about two and a half months, we got 3 months to put me out. And when
How
they
many
put me,
children?
nothing to do with me and him.
How many children did you have at
One,
the moment?
one,
And you still have only one kid now, right?
yes.
Okay. So how long were you there before you actually got put out?
I probably like 2.5, 3 months. It wasn't long,
So within a month, it became intimate.
right?
And then was your feelings involved before you left?
Not necessarily. Before I left, it was more. Yeah, they were starting to get attached before I got put out. So yes,
So when he put you out, how did that make you feel?
it made me feel like they used me for my money. They used me just in general. It made me feel like they both betrayed me. It made me feel like he didn't you didn't care, but he was basically saying it was his wife. If he had something to do with it, I could have stayed. So he was making me feel like he had my back, even though I wasn't there. He made me feel like always and forever type. He would come and see me, or he would text me, or he would, do stuff to make me feel like, okay, he's still on my side, or he on my side.
So it hurt your feelings that you were put out 20 minutes after there was an intimate moment. Where
Yes.
did you go when you were put out?
I had to find somewhere to go for me and my daughter, but I ended up going to one of my friends' house. At the moment, I didn't know where I was going.
Mhm. But when you left, what did he do?
When I left, he was texting me like, he didn't put me out. Am I okay? Are we okay? He was just texting me like he was concerned. And he
Mhm.
was mainly again putting it on his wife as if she did it. And he was mainly like, that's his wife. So, he had to basically go on her side.
So
Basically.
did you understand that part?
I did.
So at that part, there was no ill feelings because you understand that there was a covenant and he
Right.
had to move
I
with his
did.
wife, right?
I did.
So how long after you being removed from the home did how long did it take for you to see him again?
Not long, because he would tell me to meet him at the spot. Or
What's the spot?
okay, so the spot is like up the street from their house. It's like a field with some logs and stuff where you can park behind it. So that was the spot. Or either he'll say meet him at the church. Or something like that, or either a
Quick,
hotel.
quick, quick question. What happened at the church?
We had sex at the church.
In the parking lot or in the church?
In the church.
Like where in the church? I'm just being that's
The
real.
foyer part, it was a couch or something in the foyer part, and then they started remodeling, and so it was like when they remodeled, they built a room to the right, and then we went in that room. Like it wasn't like necessarily a sanctuary, but it still was like the foyer when you first walk into a church.
Uh-huh.
And yeah,
So y'all done been all around the church.
no, I promise you, I'm not okay with it.
Hey, I'm not pointing fingers at you as a victim. I'm just saying, like, you don't have access to the church. You can only come when you're invited.
Right.
So, like, was the church like a constant thing? First of all, let me ask you, how long did the relationship carry on?
8 months.
8 months. So, in the church, how long?
No, no, no. It was a couple times in the church, like I
Just
said.
a couple
Then I
times.
felt bad, and I didn't want to go to the church, and so then it was like at either the spot, like I said, or we'll get hotel rooms, or either the car,
Who car?
their car, because I didn't have a car at the time.
Was it his car
Everybody,
or the wife's car?
his car, his wife's car, whatever car that was there,
So it
whatever
was
car.
all different kind of cars.
Hmm?
It was all different kind of cars.
Yeah, they had a couple
So
cars. Well, they had a couple cars.
what type of car they had? I'm trying to see how much room was in the car.
They had a Suburban, a Honda, Alexis. They had now a pickup
Mhm.
truck and
I know y'all. Were y'all in the back of the pickup truck or in the cabin?
in the cabin.
Like it must be a big old pickup truck. Was it a F1, F250?
No, they, no,
There ain't no room in no pickup truck.
yes it is.
I all I can say is, hey, you know better than me. That's funny. So the pickup truck from the church. So we're carrying it. So it's so where did so the intimacy started in home. You were put out, and the next place you guys went to was the church.
Yeah,
And then after the church, you was like, nah, I can't really keep doing the church. That's like sacred. And then it became the spot, like that little field area and different cars.
right. And then the
Now,
hotel, Best Western.
and then the hotel Best Western, was that in Opelika? Was that in Auburn? Which
Open,
one?
open.
Opelika Best Western.
That was the main one. We'd have been to the micro hotel. We'd have been to Avid. I mean,
Who was buying the hotel? Because you didn't at this point you were staying with a friend, right?
right.
So who purchased the hotel?
Both.
Was it with cash? Was it with a card?
Mainly with the card. Some
Your card, his card?
like cash out. Yeah, cash out me. I mean, or like anything like my chime.
Oh, so he sent you the money for the room.
Sometimes. But
So
the majority of the time was me though. Honestly.
okay. So now does the pastor have a 9 to 5, or is it just he gets all his finances from the church?
No, he have a job. He do work from 7 to 3. Um, he do work and he preach.
Okay. So he has two forms of income and his wife works, right?
Yes,
So there's three incomes in the home, but he was reaching out to you to purchase the rooms.
everything. Yes.
I so I want to know the moment. Describe to me the moment where you actually caught feelings for the pastor. Because at first it was like, whoa, but then you end up catching feelings. Like
I started
describe
catching Okay, so I started catching feelings basically when it was like when he was like, "You're mine. You better not give my stuff away. I know you ain't going nowhere." He would get mad if I'm talking to somebody, or So it was just like, okay, well, this is the only person that I need to deal with according to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I caught feelings for him.
mhm.
So I know one time I told him that I did mess around with somebody. He got really upset. So that made me felt like, you know what I'm saying? He cared about me for real. He loved me. And then it was more like he would text me good morning, I love you, good night. A lot of different stuff, or make me these promises that wasn't true. Um,
So what's the
like
promise?
just like he used to tell me, "Oh, she gonna get out my house after a while. You gonna be able to walk around how you want to," or some like, "I want to be with you. I like you the first time I seen you." Yes, like stuff like that. Yes,
So how do you want to walk around the house?
I guess with t-shirt and panties on. I guess
So your expectation for the relationship that you and him were building was what?
I really like I said. I have always told him that I did not want to get feelings involved. I have always told now. I really didn't want a relationship with him because the similar stories I start hearing about the same thing he doing to his wife, he did prior. So I would always tell, myself that I don't want a relationship with him, but I was catching feelings for him, and by the things he was telling me, oh, like you can't do this or you can't go there, you don't need to be doing this, and but he had to keep my location. I had to have my location on there all times. If I cut my location off, he would get upset. Um, Basically, when he called, answer, it was just more of him acting like he's my man.
So did you feel like he was?
In certain things, I did, honestly. I mean, I know. I mean, yeah, some things.
So in the beginning, I'm sure in the beginning, it sounds like you were feeling like you were led to believe that one day it was going to be you and him.
Right in
And
the
nobody
beginning,
else.
I started hearing the little things I was hearing about him.
Where is he from?
I think North Carolina, but I think he's from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Hmm.
And he moved to, is his wife from Opelika?
No, North Carolina.
So did they tell you why they moved to Opelika?
No.
All right. So the end goal was that he led you to believe was that you would be the replacement for the wife.
Right.
Did you ever think that even if you became the replacement, that what he's doing to her, he would do to you?
Right. I did. After I started hearing a lot of stuff, I did. You know, so it's on a, as he would say, know your place type level.
Hmm.
Meaning, what we doing is between us. You better not say nothing, or I'm gonna choke you, or like you saying, I'm gonna bitch slap you, or different things. Like if I was to come out and say things about what was going on, or things like that. So basically, the motto was just like know your place.
So what made you stay in your place?
Because I did, like I said, start catching feelings from him, and I mean, at that point, all the commands and everything he was telling me that I better not do or do, I was just feeling like, you know what I'm saying, like the threats. I just felt like, hey, gotta do it, gotta listen to him.
So I kind of want to know, like we've discussed the beginning of how it all was established. So
Hmm.
there's a middle point where it starts to U-turn and it starts to go back. I'm not sure whether he's with is he withdrawing from you. Um, when did you feel like it was starting? His feelings were starting to change.
Um, I'm not gonna say that his feelings was necessarily starting to change. It was more of my feelings because of the lying, because of the lying. I just got tired of feeling like everything in my life was going downhill because I'm doing something that I know that's not right. Um, I just started feeling bad. Then I'm trying to reach out to your wife and talk to her. She's rejecting me. So at this point, it was more of the lying. The
So
lying.
did you ever make his wife, like, after you guys started to build this intimate relationship and it was getting heavy, he say he loves you, you say you love him. Did you ever reach out to the wife to let her know what's actually happening?
I tried to.
What happened?
She rejected me. We'll talk later.
What did you tell her?
I just was like, I want to talk to you. I'm telling her I want to talk to you. I want to, have an open conversation with you. I just want to talk to you about how I feel. I used to be able to go to her and tell her that. So basically, I didn't try to text her, got blocked because he told her to block me,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me to block her.
Okay.
So there would be no connections. Like, say if I was to get mad and try to text her, so he had her to block me.
When
And
was the last time you spoke to the wife?
I seen the wife when I went to jail the night before last.
Did you getting locked up have anything to do with him?
It has something to do, yeah, because when his wife
Hold on
seen.
a second. My little light just fell. I gotta get my light right. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold that thought. We're gonna come back. Hold on. I gotta get my light right.
Hey, Granny say you can't hold on to that hurt, baby boy. You gotta let that go. You only live one. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Hey, Granny say let go, it's gonna be alright. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Granny say just let it go, it's gonna be alright. If I gotta fight for your Lord, then I'm gonna start trying. She done lost his life in seconds, she had more time. Wonder if it's heaven for a G whenever thugs die. Free my niggas out the gate, let's cut the ball wide. I'm living life in a loop, I'm stuck in hard time. Live by the gun, die by the gun, that shit my core run. My core run, eh. Bullshit doing time, he wait on his appeal. Lil Stank still doing time, he wait on his appeal. Taylor Zay, they doing time, they just got 20 years. Wish I could free them, but I can't, so that's a hard pill to swallow. Demons on my back, won't cut no slack, so I ride with hollow. There's so much dirt in my past, some shit only me and God know. If I catch a case today, I pray I beat that bitch like Harpo. You gon' get nothing but bedtime when you trapping like the narco. I got demons on my back, sometimes it's hard for me to sleep, cause I done spent on niggas more than DJs spinning me. Real Lynn, you're not on, running through every artery. 4 minus 3. One thing I can't forget is my scar life. Better say just let it go, it's gonna be alright. If I gotta fight for your Lord, then I'm gonna start trying. Till they lost his life in seconds, she had more time. Wonder if it's heaven for a G whenever thugs die. Free my niggas out the gate, let's cut the ball wide. I'm living life in a loop, I'm stuck in hard time. Live by the gun, die by the gun,
We
that
all
shit
the way
my
live.
core run. My core run,
Is my light better?
Bullshit doing time, he wait on his appeal.
Everybody like good?
He wait on his appeal.
All right, you there? My bad.
Yeah.
We live. When you live stuff happen. My light doesn't feel. I couldn't see my pretty eyes no more. I got my Alabama hat on only because we were in the college playoffs. So we were actually discussing. I'll let you handle your business. Let me know when you're ready. So we were actually discussing you going to jail.
Right. So I went to jail. Roll Tide. So basically, I went to jail because me and his wife daughter is cool. We're really cool, and when she
How
found
that happened? Wait a minute. We fast forwarding. You and the wife daughter cool.
Yeah.
Start there. How did that happen?
I mean, she understood a lot of stuff that was going on. When me getting put out, she didn't agree with it. She just like through it all, she had my back. Like, when I was staying there, before I stayed there, we just have always been cool. She always had my back.
Does the daughter know anything?
And that's one of the reasons it initially came out recently, because the daughter found out, and she tried to tell her mom. She was like, "You need to let him go. He's been doing this to you. He's been cheating on you." She basically was trying to tell her mama, what she seen, and she had my phone, and she was trying to show her mom, like, "Look, it's him. He's texting her, and you at her, but you need to be at him because he's been doing this." And so when the mom came out, when she seen me, it was just like, "B, I'm gonna get you." but you want to get me now. And her daughter was like, well, she been trying to talk to you. I see the messages when she was writing you. She's been trying to come to you, and you've been rejecting her because you taking up for him,
Right.
because he's lying to you, telling you all of this stuff, like he's lying to her, telling her this stuff, because the daughter actually was reading some of the messages.
Right. So his daughter,
Her daughter.
her daughter, that's not his kid.
No.
Okay. So she really has no alliance to him.
Right.
How old is the daughter?
She 20 something. I don't know the exact age, but she 20 something.
She's an adult. She's an adult. So does the daughter actually care for the stepfather?
I don't think much, with conversations. I don't think she really cared for him. Just like he didn't care for her, because he always would tell me he don't like her, he don't talk to her. But I know that was a lie, because if she came around, he would speak, he would talk, stuff like that. So I feel like he was just telling me what I wanted to hear.
Right.
As far as he don't really fool with her kids, and he about ready to leave her, leave the wife and stuff. And I used to tell him all the time, you don't have to tell me things because you think that's what I want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me things just to blow off something or make me feel good or make me feel like. I used to tell him all the time, honestly, what's the key? At this moment, I know what you have going on. I know you have a family, but don't lie to me. And that was my main motto with him. He just continued to lie.
So you being arrested was kind of connected
Right.
to Pastor Davis.
Right. Because his wife, when she seen me, he was right there too.
Mm-hmm.
But when she seen me, she was like, B, I'm going to get you. And so she swung on
What did she call you?
a bitch.
It's about the first lady of the church.
Yes. And when
Is
she
that
said,
Can somebody put in the comment section and find in the Bible if that is a godly word? Go ahead. Go ahead. You can go ahead and finish. I'm just trying to find out if that's like one of those allowed words in the Bible. Because I know they say hell a lot. They can say hell because hell is in the Bible. But I'm not sure if the B word is in the Bible. So I kind of want to, somebody do some research while we on live or inbox me, DM me, because I read a screen. I read every screenshot that you posted because I wanted a clear understanding of how a pastor in our village was manipulating the village and moving. And I did see where there was a screenshot. We kind of want to stay away from, we don't really want to go into cuss words. We're going to say just B word, where it was like B slap somebody. And it was like it was aimed, was that aimed toward you?
yes.
Has it ever gotten physical in an uncharacteristic manner with you and the pastor?
I mean, he choked me one time. Well, he choked me before.
Wait
It
a
was
minute.
just
Wait a minute. See, look. I've been around the block. Sometimes choking is ain't a bad thing. Like describe the choking.
basically, you think I'm playing with you. You
No,
think
no, no. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening. I like it.
I'm playing with you. You think I'm somebody to play with. You don't think I would choke you out and stuff like that. And then he just grabbed me by my neck and, you know.
You got no, I don't know. You got to tell me. Like I don't know any. Like I just met you and definitely, um, like
I'm so
love your personality, love your openness and willing to, speak your mind and yourself. So I don't know what you accept. So when you say he choked you, like what describe that scene for me so I can have a visual and the people have a visual of what that choking is and what happened during after.
I mean, like, it was just like, basically, you think I'm playing with you, I choke you out, and you don't think I choke you, and, he just grabbed me by my neck and just, just choke me on the bed, put me on the bed, choking me. But after he made it like it was like a joke, but he was serious to me because of, you know, me saying that I'm gonna go tell somebody about this or I'm gonna go do this about it. So basically,
So I hear a few things. I've been around the block. You say you think I'm playing, and then he chokes you. Then
he said,
he
"I'm gonna
throws you on the
choke you out." Right.
and then he throws you on the bed, right? So was that like the masculinity before that was like intimacy?
Actually, that was before.
So did intimacy follow the choke?
Right.
No, I'm not talking about days and weeks and
No, I'm.
hours after. I'm talking about throw you down and
I mean, when
it
he
goes down.
did it, then after we talked, and then after that we had sex.
So I'm really curious. I also I saw a post
Hmm.
that you posted, and it was of a chair. And don't drop your head because you know exactly what I'm talking about. I saw a post of a chair, and it said our favorite spot. Walk me down to help me understand that post. Help me understand that post because I know what the chair looked like, and it was like by a window, and you know what I'm talking about.
You know,
Hold on a second. I think we're having like give me a moment. I think we're having like internet issues because I want to get the story.
that
I want to get the story of that post, but I want the internet to catch up first so everybody can understand and get a full story and picture of what's happening. So there's a chair that you took a picture of, and you
uh-huh.
said that was that you said favorite spot. What does that mean?
Actually, actually, he took that picture and sent it to me. That was him standing over the chair in his boxes. And that chair was, the chair I go in the room and either, he sit in that chair or either I hold on to the chair and
Oh no. But
or
did you feed him?
chair
Did
and
you bring him grapes and strawberries and whipped
like
cream?
either I like if he sit in the chair then I get on top of him or sometimes I hold the chair and he get it from behind
Where is this chair
in,
located?
in his house.
So that chair is in his home.
Yes,
So draw a picture. Where in his home is that chair?
it's off.
I'm sorry, you breaking up. You breaking up. I can't. I think you going away. Where you going? We want to know where the chair is. They, Ashley Cook, you crazy. We're having a few technical difficulties. We're just trying to get the technical difficulties together. Can everybody still hear me? Am I still live? Am I live? Can y'all hear me? Let me turn this down. Lynn. Hey, we gonna till Lynn get back. Till Lynn get back, we waiting on Lynn so we can finish.
Hold on to that hurt, baby boy. You gotta let that go.
Surviving Pastor Davis.
Y'all
don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Lynn will come back. I promise. She just gotta get her Wi-Fi together. Somebody inbox Lynn and tell her to reset the Wi-Fi because we are not done. Surviving Pastor Davis is in full effect. We don't let this man come from North Carolina to Opelika to put dirt. Now I'm in Florida. The reason this was so close to me because you don't come to my hometown and bring your dirt with you. You don't drag my hometown's name into whatever you got going on. So Pastor Davis, you from North Carolina, we don't get down like that in Opelika. Not Alabama, not Lee County, not Auburn, not Beauregard, not we don't get Lafayette. I don't care where you Smith Station, we don't do that. Pastor Davis need to go back to North Carolina. He needs to go back to North Carolina because he dragging dirt on our name. Opelika was good. We had Monzavius Ray Edwards, track star. We have Ladarius Webb, Super Bowl winner. We do not need Pastor Davis, the dirty pastor. We don't need that. So we will expose anybody who's doing detriment. Anyone who's doing detriment to the village. I don't play that. I'm hard on our women, but I'm very much more harder on men who intentionally destroy the village. I call them hyenas. I'm not saying he's a hyena at the moment, but allegedly he is a hyena. Y'all give me a moment. Let me try to get. Let me try to get back. I'm talking to her in my DMs. So we trying to get back. Y'all just enjoy the music while we try to get back.
Granny say you can't hold on to
on Facebook, she's making no difference. So if you want to follow her on Facebook, follow the story because we ain't done. Make no difference.
Granny say let go, it's gonna be alright.
So we all waiting on you. I ain't finna let nobody come from North Carolina to Opelika, Alabama, Lee County, Alabama, Lochapoka, Alabama, Lafayette, Lafayette, Alabama, Beauregard, Alabama. I ain't finna let nobody come down to Alabama and run our city name through the mud. If anybody go to Pastor Davis Church, Overseer Davis Sr., I'm not saying he's convicted of anything, but if you go to his church, please ask him what's happening. Get his point of view. Actually, if you go to his church, tell him to holler at me. I would love to bring him on and we have that conversation. Like, there's always three sides to a story. His side, her side, and the truth. Oh, we back. She's back. Hold on a second.
One thing I can't forget in my scar life. Better say just let it go, it's gonna be alright. If I gotta fight for your Lord, then I'm gonna
back.
try.
I need some likes. I need some likes. Hit some hearts. Hit some hearts. We got her back. Where the hearts at? I'm watching y'all not putting no hearts out. I need hearts. Where's the hearts? There they go. She back. She drinking water. I drank some water too. Built by Bama, baby. That's a tough loss.
You sure?
You got your connection together? Because we ain't done.
Yeah.
We got 6 minutes. And if we can't finish in 6 minutes, we're going to do part 2 of Surviving Pastor Davis. You hear me?
It's going to be a part 2.
It's going to be a part 2.
Yep.
because we
Most
got
definitely.
so much more to talk about. I want everybody to DM me any questions that you would love to ask Lynn, because we only have 6 minutes for surviving Pastor Davis. That way, so we're actually, if we don't make it, which we clearly ain't gonna make it, Thursday, we're gonna come back around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll finish up this conversation. And if we don't finish up, then we're just gonna do a part 3, because we kind of want to deep dive into the mind of Lynn, the situation of Lynn, and also deep dive into the thoughts of Pastor Davis. So you got your connection together?
It's good.
Oh, she back. Y'all had to reset the Wi-Fi.
I don't know what happened. It just kept saying lost connection.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. I have a
Go
question.
ahead.
I read one of those screenshots, and I'm trying to figure out. There was a screenshot. So who lives in the home now?
I'm not sure because I haven't
No,
been
no, no.
down there,
Your
so I
home.
don't know.
Your home.
Um, just me and my daughter.
Okay. There's no. So when there's conversations about somebody may wake up and come into the room, like who is waking up and coming into the room?
He was talking about his wife.
Was this when you were at his house?
Yes.
So what? So was that in his office?
No, he came in the room where I was.
So he would come in the room with you while his wife was home and
Sleep.
she was asleep. So you were trying to say, what if she comes into the room while you're here, right?
He said that.
So how? What
What
was?
if she wake up?
So if she woke up, what would happen? Like, what was the playoff? Like, what was the plan?
I He was gonna go in his other room that was inside the room that I was sleeping in at the time. Cause he had like a music room inside the room that like the room that I was sleeping in have another room
Mm-hmm.
inside of it. So yes.
So look,
And can I say real quick for the people that's watching, like I'm wrong too. I'm not saying this all on him because I'm getting a lot of bash. You're wrong too. You're wrong. Yes, I know that I was wrong. I'm never gonna say that I was right about the situation. I was wrong. Now go to your question.
so look, I understand that you feel that you were wrong, but my biggest issue with this entire situation. Now, had somebody said that this was a FedEx driver, a CEO of a corporation, or a mill worker, I would have just told a few jokes and I would have let it slide, like whatever. My biggest issue is that when someone is a pastor, they have a influence on people at their most vulnerable state. And that's my
And I
biggest issue. That's a power that someone holds that can't be taken lightly. So I want to deep dive, and we're going to deep dive. I really ain't done. And there's only 1 minute left in this situation. I read a message that said, he told you to come outside wearing nothing. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it right now. We're going to pick up Thursday on what that
okay.
was like with you coming outside or whatever happened. We're going to get deep into the intimacy and things that he liked. So
Okay.
Thursday, because we're only 30 seconds away from being able to having to end this conversation, I want to discuss part 2 of more
Okay.
intimate details of who he was as a person. You good with that?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you enjoy your night. Don't speak on nothing.
Okay.
Don't speak on nothing to nobody. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your night, and we'll reconvene Thursday. Okay. We may even
Yes, sir.
reconvene Wednesday. We'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
You have a blessed
All right.
and wonderful night. Okay.
You too, and thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great
Okay.
night. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll pick up. We want to get intimate details of what the pastor likes, what he does, how he gets down. Why does he want her outside with no clothes on? We want to talk about all that, but we only had an hour. So the hour's up. It's actually 40 seconds overtime. I want to appreciate everybody for coming through, but we are not done. This video will only be up for 24 hours on Facebook. After 24 hours, this video will only be available on Instagram. Not Instagram, YouTube. So YouTube, Dublave Coffee Talk. Subscribe, like the channel, whatever you need to do. Dublave Coffee Talk. That's where you can go and replay this video after 24 hours. I'm deleting it on Facebook. I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing and wonderful night. We're going to get into Surviving Pastor Davis Thursday. Have a great night.
Free my niggas out the gate, let's cut the ball wide. I'm living life in a loop, I'm stuck in hard time. Live by